Can you make a living as a yoga teacher in 2026? I hear it all too often that yoga teaching is a hobby. You can't actually make any money teaching yoga. You can only teach yoga if you have some other financial support, like a 9 to 5 or a partner that pays the bills. And quietly behind the scenes of this narrative out there are a bunch of us who are making 6 figures and beyond teaching yoga and getting to have careers that we are passionate about and that helps other people, which we know is key towards living a good life. So you absolutely can make a career for yourself in yoga teaching, especially now as some tides are turning. But there's certain things that have the teachers stand out that are making a living teaching yoga versus different mindsets that are not working, that keep people stuck in this is a hobby, I'll never make money doing this, this is not a real thing. And then often that mindset goes towards quitting. So, what today we're going to go over the three, there's like a bunch, but we're going to go over three mindsets that the teachers that are making a living teaching yoga hold, especially now in this landscape in 2026. Okay, let's dive in. So none of these mindsets necessarily are running around teaching a ton of classes for $25 to $40 a class at yoga studios. Unfortunately, this is kind of an aside, but the yoga studio model currently, many yoga studios are not set up to support teachers making a living teaching yoga. Some are, and that's awesome. And more are popping up that are really making sure that teachers are supported in sustainable careers, but many are not currently. Okay, so let's go into the three mindset shifts that are not shifts, but the mindset that people hold that are making a living teaching yoga. Number one is value over credentials. So I see this all the time with my mentees. I have mentees that are 1 year in, 2 years in for teaching yoga, and they are making really sustainable wages, doing amazing things. Their students love them. They're providing deep value for their students. But what they're valuing is what they offer their students. They are not hung up on, do I have 500 hours? Do I need to go get another training? Blah, 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 blah. I see that as a roadblock. Like, we're doing this thing where we want to have a lot of stickers next to our name, but we're never actually out there practicing and getting feedback and actually honing our craft. It's something we hide behind as credentials, credentials, credentials. So even a couple years in, the teachers that are valuing what they offer their people and their community are receiving that back in sustainable wages and just being of value to their community. So, number one is they're focused on value over credentials. Okay, number two, the teachers that are making a nice career for themselves are focused on offering something specific. So, this is where I'm saying it's not, I'm just going to go to a yoga studio and teach whatever they offer me randomly. And I see that a lot of the mentees that come to me say, oh, I did get hired at this one studio, but I'm teaching yin and that's not really my thing. What I really want to teach is power vinyasa and I don't really know what to do. So that's just teaching random things that are offered. The teachers that are able to really build something are standing on, they're standing for something and saying, this is what I love to offer. This is what difference I want to make in the world. These are my people. This is what I specifically, my special gifts are for the world. So that's key. It's also, niching down or You could say it that way, but I think the clear way to say it is what are your unique gifts? Who do you serve? What are you excited about doing? How do you make a difference in the world? Not sure I'll teach your class because you offered it to me. Big difference. It's a huge difference between those two kind of mindsets. And then the third thing that teachers are doing that are making a living in this day and age are they are currently building their personal brand. That can look a lot of different ways. That does not mean you have to be on Instagram if that is not your thing. I know so many of us are like, please don't suck me into this thing I hate. No, sometimes that looks like you are active in your community and you are talking to people in the coffee shops because you're part of it. You know, that's an extroverted way of doing things. Sometimes that looks like you are specific about what you're offering and you're talking to your private students about who you are and what you're doing. So it's just making sure people know what you're up to. That can be Instagram, YouTube, like me, um, all the online things. It can be thinking about colors and um, logos, and that's fun for me. And it can be that. But like I said, it can also be the way you speak to your people and your community so that they know what you do and that you exist. There's a lot of ways to build your personal brand, but it's the people who are, oh, I wish I could build something. I don't know. I'll keep it to myself. These are just thoughts in my head, are not building careers. The someday people are not. Even the quiet introverts who are just speaking to their friends about what they do are building careers. So it's like, tell people about what you're doing, however you want to do it. And this is especially important in 2026 because, there's so many thoughts about AI and, trust and who we can trust and is everything just a robot and all the things. But the more we can build trust now, we'll have a footing in our community of this is who I am, this is what I offer. I'm a real person. And that can happen online or that can happen out in the world. But as we start to have things like AI creating these YouTube videos that look a lot like this one, and we're going to start to lose trust in what is already there. We're going to start to lose trust in the new things we're looking at, but we will trust the things that we came to trust before AI kind of jumped in. Hopefully that was as clear as mud. But just building your personal brand in 2026 is so important. However, you do that, you might not do barely any of it online. That is fine. But make sure that you're doing things so that people know who you are and key, trust you. All right, that is it. I really want you all to know that it's totally possible to teach yoga. If that feels like your calling in this world, you can do it. We're doing it. There's so many of us out there that are building sustainable, purposeful, passion-driven careers. And if you are feeling like that is something you want to do, you can do it. It just takes the right approach, and you can totally take the right approach. I hope this was encouraging. I want everyone in the whole world who feels drawn to teaching yoga to do it. So happy day to you. Thanks for watching.